Alright, folks, welcome in. This is BearNation.com. Welcome back into another video, guys. Welcome back to another NBA predictions video. And this one's going to be a little different. This week, we're going to be predicting NBA weeks 11 and 12. So I probably should have mentioned this here at the title. But so if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button. Make sure to join the Discord, links in the description. Follow me on Twitch and any other future. If you guys want to follow me, check out the links in the description. We'll have our Discord, everything there for you guys for Twitch. Make sure as well go check out follow me on all social media platforms, all that stuff. Make sure to go check out our recent content, recent channel, recent videos. Go check all that stuff out. And once again, do follow me on all social media platforms. In this channel is no sponsored by anything, so you guys please do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe button. We are chasing our 1,000 subscriber goals we're trying to hit by the end of the year, so make sure hit the like and subscribe button. Really do appreciate all support. But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna just go ahead and get going, because we have a lot of games to predict. This is gonna be like this is gonna be a long video, but because we are combining weeks 11 and 12 because since I missed it. And like I said, if you guys have been waiting for this video, well, now it's out. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. A lot of games to pick here. Alright, ladies and gents, and starting things off, we have week 11 kicking off here with Monday slate here. In the first game here, we have Milwaukee going into Charlotte. Now, while doing all these week 11 games, which are already done, I don't know who won, so I'm just going to recap just basically who I had here. And then week 12, we'll go ahead and get the predictions. But anyway, for this game here, I'm going to take the Bucks to win it, because the Bucks do have Giannis, and the Bucks are the more consistent team, I should say. The Bucks are not the most consistent team, but what I think I can clarify is they're better than Charlotte. But this one actually be closer to what people think. Normally when these two teams play, it's always a fun one, but I'll go with Milwaukee in the close one. Now moving on to our next game here, we have Phoenix going into Washington. Of course, Washington always has to wear their throwback uniforms. Of course they do. But anyway, that's not going to change my outcome in this game. I am going to have Phoenix winning because they're the more consistent team. They're overall, they are the much better team right now than Washington. But don't be surprised if this game gets a little chippy or a little close. Don't be surprised. I mean, I expect Phoenix to win it, but don't be surprised if it's close or if it comes down to the end. Don't be surprised. But I'll take Phoenix. Next up here, we have Golden State going into Brooklyn. I mean, I do think Golden State should be able to win this, but don't be surprised. It's just another game. Don't be surprised if the Nets keep this one close, because the Warriors, like I said, they're good, but they've just been way too heavily inconsistent. It looks like they rely on a lot of late games to win it, so don't be surprised if this game is close, or if it gets a little chippy, don't be surprised. But this is just another game that you kind of expect the Warriors to win it, but don't be surprised if the difficult outcomes come alive. But I'll take the Warriors. Now moving on here to a fun one. Well, according to me, this game will be fun. But anyway, we have Denver going into Miami. Like I said, this is going to be a funner game. Probably one of the funner games of the entire week, to be completely honest with you, on the week 11 slate. And I am going to pick Denver to win it, because I do think this is going to be a shootout. Both teams have terrific offenses, but Denver does have the much better defense, and I expect that to come into play here. So I'm going to take Denver to win it. Could be wrong here. It's in Miami. Could be a difference maker, but I'm going to go with Denver. Now we have Orlando at Toronto. Another pretty interesting one here. I'm going to take the Raptors to win this one. I do think it will be close, but I do think Toronto, with this game being in Toronto and them being the more consistent team, I think it's going to do it for me. But like I said, I'm expecting a good game here. I'm expecting both defenses to show up. I do think they'll have multiple guys that will show up in this game as well in the scoring column, but I think Toronto's been the more consistent team this year. I'll go with them. Now our next game here, we got Minnesota at Chicago, and Minnesota's wearing them throwback uniforms on the road. Interesting here. Anyway, here I will take Minnesota to win it, because Minnesota is currently playing better basketball right now than Chicago, and I just think that's the full reality of it. This is just another game that I can see it being close, being down to the wire, but end of the day, I expect the better team to win it here, and the better team right now is Minnesota. Now we got Indy at Houston. I mean, currently how the Pacers are this year, I do not see this being a close game. I think Houston's going to kick their asses, and this game might be over by halftime. Houston are the much better team, the much better offense, the much better defense. So that's just a team as a whole, more healthier, even put in. This would be an ass beating. Houston should be able to take care of business, especially wearing them throwback uniforms. Next up, we got New York going into New Orleans. Here is just another game that I just don't see it being close. I think this one's gonna be an ass beating. I know New York has been really not been kicking a lot of teams ass recently, but they'll kick New Orleans ass because New Orleans is one of the worst teams in basketball right now. So I gotta pick New York to win this game, and I gotta take them in an ass beating because, like I said, the Pelicans, they are probably one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the league right now. I gotta go with the Knicks, man. Just think it could be a beating. Now we got Atlanta traveling to OKC. I really want Atlanta to win this game, but I just have a feeling we have to go with the Thunder to win this game, and I just think that's the only right option. As far as OKC is just a better team. I mean, they're more statistically, they're just a better team than Atlanta, and that's just all zeros. Plus, it's just hard to win in OKC. It's one of the hardest places to play. It's one of the hardest places to win in. Give me the defending champs. Now we have Cleveland at San Antonio, which would be our first game here on Prime Video. Anyway, here I'm gonna take San Antonio to win this game because even though I do think Cleveland's really good, but at the same time they've been heavily inconsistent. I think San Antonio's been the exact opposite. I think this team's been one of the more consistent teams in the NBA. Gotta rock with the Spurs here. And now our second game here on Prime Video. Here we have the Mavericks going into Portland to close out Week 11 Monday. Anyway, here I don't know what to do for this game. Both of these two teams are inconsistent. Both of these two teams are not really that good right now. But I guess in a game like this, I'll just go to get the slash to the home team. But I just don't know. I just don't know my personal feelings about this game. But I guess I'll go with the Trailblazers. And now moving on to our Week 11 Tuesday slate, which we have a pretty short slate here. It's only 4 games, and this is the first one. We got Philadelphia going into Memphis, and also on Prime Video. 2 games on Prime Video here on Tuesday. Anyway, here I think this one's gonna be close. Should be entertaining here, but I guess I'm gonna go with Memphis to win it. I do not know really. I don't really have a reason why I'm picking Memphis here. Both of these two teams feel like they're the exact same. I just feel like in a game like this, you just have to go with the home team. By the way, we're in the throwbacks. I think you have to go with them too. Next up, we got Boston at the Jazz. Like I said, the Jazz, I keep talking about all the time. They play their best basketball at home. That's the one thing you can say about the Jazz. Number 2, the Celtics are red hot right now. And unfortunately, I do not have the Jazz winning this game. I have to go with the Celtics on the road here. Well, I love to be wrong. Absolutely. I'm a Lakers fan. You guys should know that by now. Well, unless you're new to the channel. But at the end of the day, I just think the Celtics are going to close it out. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Celtics been balling. In the second game we have here on Prime Video, we have Detroit going into my Lakers, which my Lakers will be wearing the throwbacks in this game. Anyway, like I said, I do think this game will be close, but one thing that typically what the Lakers do struggle with when they're playing is teams that are fast, physical, and that can rebound, and that's basically what Detroit is. So unfortunately for this reason, I have to pick Detroit to win this. I think it will be a close game overall, but I just think Detroit, with their grittiness and toughness, I just think they're going to outlast the Lakers here. It will be a good game, but I got Detroit winning, unfortunately. And to close out the Week 11 Tuesday slate here, we have Sacramento going into the Clippers. I mean, the Clippers should be able to win this. Just how both teams are playing. Sacramento's on the slump fest right now. The Clippers are currently playing better basketball. I mean, and just in a game like this, you just kind of expect the Clippers to win it. I mean, they're just playing better basketball. Kawhi Leonard, James Harden been on the heater. I know the Clippers are not really that good of a team either, but at least I've seen better things out of them than what I've been seeing other games. Going with LA. Now moving on to our Week 11 Wednesday slate here. The first game here on NBA TV will be Golden State going into Charlotte, where the Charlotte Hornets are going to be wearing them City Edition throwback uniforms. Listen, I love these uniforms. I think it looks great, but I have to pick the Warriors to win this game, just simply because I just think the Warriors are the better team. I know the Hornets are trying to show off a little bit, just trying to wear them uniforms, just me kind of convincing them, because, you know, I'm kind of easy to convince with throwback uniforms, but in a game like this, when the Warriors have to go on the road, not playing it, I just don't think Charlotte's good enough to beat the Warriors. I'll take San Francisco. Now we got the Wolves going into Atlanta. Another game that I could just see going either way. I do not know why, but it's just a game that I can see it's a coin flip. I can see it going either way. With the game being Atlanta, could be a little tricky, but I'm not going to fall for it. I'll take Minnesota. They're clearly the better team right now. Would be surprised if I'm wrong, but Minnesota's been balling now. Atlanta's just been struggling a little bit. I'll take Minnesota here in Squeaker. It should be a close game. Now we have Orlando going into Indiana. This is just another game. I want to pick the Pacers to win because, like I said, they're wearing the throwback uniforms, but I just can't pick it. I have to pick the New Orleans. I have to pick Orlando to win it. I just think Orlando's the better team, and with that defense, I just think they're just going to beat up Indiana. That's just the reality of it. I don't want to pick Orlando to win this game, but my gut's telling me to pick Orlando to win this game. So we'll go Orlando here. Close game. We'll say an ass beating. Now, the other game here on NBA TV, we have Phoenix going into the Cleveland to face the Cavs. Actually, another game that I think is going to be close. I think it should be competitive from start to finish, but I will give the edge to the home team here. If this game was in Phoenix, I would be going the other way, but since it's in Cleveland and the Cavs are just knowing what they need to do, they need to start winning games, especially with the schedule that they have coming up. I'm going to take Cleveland to win this game, so we'll go Cleveland. Now we got the Pelicans at the Bulls. There's another game that I can just see it being either way. I can see this being an entertaining game, but at the same time, I can see this being a snooze fest game. But I am going to take the Bulls to win. The Bulls are at home. They're I'm not going to say they're a much better team, but they are the better team right now in New Orleans. And I just can't pick the Pelicans just to win a game right now. They just look that bad on paper. So we'll take Chicago for now. But if I'm wrong about this pick, it'll just be stupid. It's just going to be flashbacks of the NFL. Now moving on to our other game here on NBA TV on Wednesday, we have New York going into San Antonio. This game is going to be fun. It will be a shootout. Actually, I kind of will predict this game to go to overtime, to believe it or not. And just with this game being in San Antonio, normally in games like this, when I think we have two heavyweights here going at it, I lean with the home team here. So I'm going to take San Antonio. If this game is in New York, I'm going the other way. But I'm going to take San Antonio to win this one in an absolute shootout. Should be a hell of a game, though. Now moving on to another good one here. We got Denver going into Toronto. Like I said, it should be a hell of a game here. Normally with games like this, I normally go with the home team here. Who am I actually going to pick to win this game? I'm going to believe in Denver's depth to win this. I do think Denver is significant. Well, I'm not going to say significantly, but I do think Denver is the better team. I'll give credit to the way how Toronto's playing this year. I think they've been playing pretty good so far this year. So I'm not going to call it a more significant team, but I expect Denver to be the better team in this game. So I'll go Denver here, but should be a squeaker close game. Now we have Washington at Milwaukee. I mean, I'll be laughing at the Bucks. I mean, I love the Bucks, but I'll be absolutely laughing at this if they able to find a way to lose this game. Bucks can't lose at home against the worst team in basketball. They can't lose to them. If they do, it'll be absolutely hilarious if they did. But I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think Giannis is gonna beat them up for 24 hours. Bucks should be able to kick their ass. In the last game here on Wednesday, we have Portland going into OKC to face the Thunder on NBA TV. Just another game that I just don't see it being close. I do not see it being a close game. I think OKC is going to beat the shit out of them. It's not fun playing against this team in OKC. It's just not fun. If this game is important, I probably would give them somewhat of a chance, but at the same time, like, OKC is just that kind of team. I'll pick OKC to win this game by a million. Now, starting off here with the Week 11 Thursday slate here on NBA TV, we have Houston going into Brooklyn, which is going to be Kevin Durant's revenge game. Listen, they're going to say revenge here for Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant, he's going to walk right into Brooklyn. He's going to spank everybody's belts, and Houston's going to beat the living shit out of him. Houston should have no problems here taking care of business with the Nets. No problems at all. This is one of the better teams in the Western Conference playing against one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. Houston takes this one easily. Now we got the Heat going into Detroit. I mean, listen, I would pick Miami to win this game if the game was not in Detroit, because if in Detroit and just how the Pistons been playing, the Pistons look like one of the more teams that you can't really pick against to lose a game right now because of how good they look. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to pick Detroit to win. I highly doubt they lose this game, but if they do, it would be absolutely unbelievable if they did. I'll go with Detroit though, but Miami could give them a run at home. Now moving on to which should be a pretty fun game here in Dallas. Well, we got Philadelphia going into Dallas on NBA TV. So like I said, another game that I'm expecting this one to be a fun one. I think this one's going to be a shootout. I think we're going to see plenty of scoring here with AD, Cooper Flag, and Joel Embiid healthy. But I am going to take Dallas to win it. I normally with these kind of games, I'm just lean towards the home team to win it. So I'll take Dallas to win it, and I do think this game has a decent chance to go to overtime and potentially double overtime. But I'll take Dallas here in a squeaker. It should be an awesome game. Next up, we got the Celtics at the Kings. I mean, this should be no big brainer here for Celtics. Celtics are gonna walk. This team's gonna walk to Sacramento. And they're just gonna beat the living shit out of them, man. This is just another game that it should not be a close game, and it hurts me to predict this because I'm a Lakers fan. I don't want the Celtics to ever win, but at the same time, like, this team has been playing 10 times better than Sacramento right now. So like I said, Sacramento, they look like one of the worst teams in the Western Conference right now, and the Celtics are just doing nothing but heating up. Snot pounding alert here in Sacramento. Now we got the Jazz at the Clippers, which probably should be a better game here than the last game. Listen, I do think the Jazz should be able to compete, but at the same time, you're going on the road where the Jazz kind of struggle on the road this year, and you're playing against a team that's playing better basketball as of late. So I have to go with the Clippers to win this one. I do think it will be a closer game than what people think. I do think the Jazz might give them a run here, but I am going to pick the Clippers. They're the better team. They're at home. Jasmine's struggling at home. I'm going to trust them to get the job done here. Now kicking things off with the Friday slate of Week 11, we have San Antonio going into Indiana to play the Pacers. Last year's game like this, entertaining. This game like this, ass beating. San Antonio's going to beat the shit out of them. This game won't be close for a flying second. So Wemby might have 30 points, like 26 points in this game, and San Antonio will probably win this game with like 30, 40 points. Now we got Brooklyn at Washington. You know what? I wasn't really thinking about it, but you know what? I'm actually going to do it. Give me Washington to win this game. Why not? You're at home playing against a team that's just not too much better than you. So I just win the games like this. I just go with the home team here. And if Washington's home in this matchup, I'm going to take them to win this game. Do not know how they win. I do think that's what should be fair to win this game, but I'll go DC. Like I said, they're home playing against a team that's not too much better than them. I think they take advantage and finally win one. And now we got the first game here on primetime where we have Denver going into Cleveland to face the Cavs. Like I said, this game should be another fun one here. Denver with their explosive offense, Cleveland with their explosive offense. Both these two defenses might get exposed. Even though I do think Denver's a better defensive team, could go either way here, but I'm going to, like I said, in these kind of situations, I'm going to lean towards the home team to win it. I'll take the Cavs to win the one in the squeaker. Phenomenal game, by the way. It should be great. Expecting a lot of scoring between Donovan Mitchell and Jokic here. Should be a good game. Now moving on to our second game here on primetime, which we actually, I don't know if this is true, but we might have 3 games here on primetime. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'll confirm it. Anyway, if this is the next game here, we have Atlanta going into New York, where New York is going to be wearing their City Edition uniforms for this game. And I will pick them to win this game because they are significantly the better team in Atlanta. They're the more consistent team in Atlanta. And I just think the Knicks at home, wearing the City Edition uniform, they should be able to find a way to win. There's another game that I would be surprised if they didn't win. Now we got the Magic going into the Bulls. It's just another game I can see going either way. I'm not really comfortable about my decision here with this game. I'm not comfortable with anything who I pick in this game. But if I'm being completely honest, just me thinking about it, I wasn't originally going to do it. But actually me thinking about it, I think I'm actually going to take Chicago to win this game. I don't know how they're going to win this game. I just think they are going to find a way to win this game. Like I said, I don't know how, but they will find a way to win it at home. Especially at home. That's probably like my main difference here. But I'll go with Chicago and surprise upset. Now we have Charlotte at Milwaukee. Literally, is this the second game these two teams have played this week? And like I said, I'm expecting another close game here. Charlotte, like I said earlier, no matter what these two teams play, it will be a close game. It will be an entertaining game. It always happens when these two teams face off. But I am going to give it to Milwaukee here. I'm not expecting the Bucks to lose this game. If it's at home, I feel more comfortable about it. If Giannis is at this game, I will feel more comfortable about it. I'll take the Bucks to win this game, but if Charlotte makes this game interesting, like they always do, or win, do not be shocked. Now we got Portland going into New Orleans. Man, this game is going to suck. I mean, this game is going to be terrible. Anyway, here I'm gonna take New Orleans to win this game. Why the hell not? You're at home playing against a very inconsistent basketball team. I think with a game like this, you probably should be able to win it. I know, like I said, I know your team's been terrible. I know I have not picked you a lot this year, but I think you might be able to close this one out. Like I said, you're playing against a team that's very inconsistent. I think you'll find a way to get the job done here. I'll take New Orleans. Now we got Sacramento going into Phoenix. I mean, I gotta have the Suns winning this game. It's just not typically because I don't think I do. Yes, I do think the Kings are a bad team, but it's also just simply because I just do not trust the Kings. I just don't think they're a good team. I think the Suns are the better team. They're the better coach team. I think they're more balanced team. I'll take this, especially at home as well. Yeah, give me Phoenix here. Now we have Golden State going into, Golden State going into OKC. OKC is going to Golden State. Anyway, the black uniforms for Golden State looks fantastic. And the way how this is on Prime Video actually gives me a slim shot that the Warriors might actually win this game. But I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to pick it. I'm going to take OKC here. I do think it'll be a good game. I do think the Warriors will push them, especially in Chase Center. But I just think the Thunder are just that team again. I just don't think that team is going to lose to any team in the Western Conference, maybe other than San Antonio. So I'll take OKC to win this game. Like I said, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. OKC wins. Now we got the Grizzlies going into the Lakers, and the Lakers will be wearing those beautiful black uniforms again. Anyway, like I said, I think this will be a close game. I do think the Lakers' inconsistencies on defense will kind of hunt them in this game, because the Grizzlies do have the weapons to compete with you in any given minute. But I will take my boys to win this time. I don't think we'll lose 2 in a row. I do think we'll lose that. I do think the Lakers have been pretty damn good so far at home this year. I do think they protect home court. They'll take care of business here against the Grizzlies. It won't be easy because our defense is ass, but I do think overall we should be able to win this game. Now moving on to Saturday slate here, beginning here on NBA TV, where we have Minnesota going into Miami, which is another curious game here to begin the slate here. Anyway, if I'm being completely honest, I know Minnesota's been playing better, but you know what? Fuck it. If Miami's wearing those uniforms, why not give it to me? I think they're gonna find a way to win this game. Like I said, Miami, they typically pull off these games when the games that you're not expecting you to win. Sometimes I know they don't do this all the time, but especially games like this, I think they can win it. I said it's in Miami. Minnesota's not hasn't been the greatest team or the world. They haven't been really great at home. I think they can find a way to play spoiler here on Minnesota. I'll take Miami. And now also with this game being on the NBA TV here, we got Philadelphia going into New York. Like I said, should be another fun one here. Should be a close game here, but I'm going to take the Knicks to win it because they're at home, and I do think that's a big piece of the equation here. But like I said, I'm expecting another close one here that's going to go back and forth. Could go either way here, but I'm going to lean towards the home team and take the Knicks to win this one narrowly. It will be a good game. Now we got Atlanta at Toronto. I think Atlanta can actually keep this one close. Wouldn't be shocked that they do, but at the same time, Toronto's wearing those beautiful uniforms over there, and it's kind of hard to pick against that. Listen, plus I do think, I'm just not saying that because the uniforms, I think the uniforms looks terrific, but at the same time, like I can't pick against this team wearing the uniforms. Also, I just think Toronto is the better team, and with this game being in Toronto as well, I think it's going to be the big difference in this game, so I'll take Toronto. Now we got the Hornets going into Chicago, which is a pretty interesting uniform combination here because, you know, the Bulls are wearing the City Edition uniforms and the Bulls are wearing, and the Hornets are wearing the blue uniforms. It's actually pretty interesting. A lot of blue here on the screen of this game. But anyway, here I'm going to lean towards the home team here. I'm going to take Chicago to win this game. It's not very rare that I take Chicago this many times in a week, but it just feels like this week they have a lot of matchups that they should win. This should be one of them. Taking on against Charlotte, probably one of the worst teams in the league right now. That they probably will give you a fight though, but I'll go with Chicago at home, especially at home. Yeah, I'll take them. Now we got Portland going into San Antonio. Probably should be another easy pick here, but at the same time, you never know. But I'm going to go, of course, I'm going to go with San Antonio win this game. Like I said, this should be an easy pick here. Like I said, can't guarantee nothing in the NBA nowadays. I mean, it could be a squeaker, it could be a close game, but it's just another one of those games that I'm not expecting it to be close. I'll take San Antonio with confidence. Now we got the Battle of Texas between Houston and the Mavericks. I mean, this one could be a close game. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I think this will be a close game because you always got the Battle of Texas. There's always going to be something interesting here involved with it. But I do think, unfortunately, I do have the better team winning here, and the better team is Houston. So I will take Houston to win it. I don't think this game will be, I mean, it could be close. I mean, I'm not expecting it completely, but I just think Houston's going to run them out of the gym because I think they have the much better defense, and I think they have the more consistent offense. Houston wins in the Battle of Texas. Now we got Utah going into Golden State. I mean, another game that I can just see being close, especially with this game on NBA TV. Could be a little interesting here. I'm not gonna pick it though. I'm not gonna pick the upset here. I do think Golden State, especially at home, should be able to take care of business. But this is the game that I can see it being close. I can see Utah hanging around in there. Wouldn't be surprised about the outcome there. But if Golden State loses this game, wouldn't be shocked either. But I'm gonna roll with them. And now ending off with the Week 11 slate on Saturday here, we got Boston going into the Clippers, where I do think this will be a close game here. NBA TV, always a good coverage, but at the same time, I am going to take the Celtics to win it. Actually, I am expecting this one to be a close game, to be completely honest with you. I think it could go either way here, but I'm going to lean towards the Boston Celtics to win it, so we'll go with Boston. And last but not least, guys, the tip-off Week 11 here with the Sunday slate here, starting off with a good one here. We got Detroit going into Cleveland. I mean, it could be a good game here, but at the same time, I think we all knew who I'm going to pick here. I mean, this is the game. This is one of those games I would pick Cleveland to win it, but just because they're at home. But at the same time, the Pistons, I just felt like they're the better team, so I'm going to take Detroit to win this. Plus, Detroit's always been more consistent than Cleveland has. They feel like they've been winning more of a higher clip. Kate Cunningham's been going off. I think him and Donovan Mitchell could trade buckets here. It's going to be a good game here. I think both teams have exciting rosters, but I'm going to pick Detroit to win it. They feel like their team that's more balanced right now. Now we got the Pacers going into Orlando. I mean, I'm going to take the Magic to win this game. I mean, I originally wasn't thinking about this game. I'll take the Magic to win it. Better team, better roster. I think Paul McCurry is going to beat up that defense. I think Indiana is going to get beat up in general. And I just think Orlando is going to win this game. Pretty big here. I'll go Orlando. Now moving on here, we have another decent game here just because of the injuries here for Denver. But anyway, it will be Denver going into Brooklyn here. The only reason I say decent is because, like I said, the Nets are getting a break with Lillard, but how many injuries Denver is dealing with. But at the end of the day, I will take them to win it because they are the better team here. I think we all know who the better team is at the end of the day, and that is Denver. So we all kind of expected to win it. But this game is close. I wouldn't be shocked, but I'll go with Denver. They're the better team here by far. Now we got the Pelicans at Miami. I mean, this game could be really interesting, but I'm kind of not expecting it. I mean, Miami should be able to all walk them out the building, but wouldn't be surprised if this game it's like a close game that comes down to the nail biter or the last shot here. But I'm feeling more like a beating here more than a close game. Miami should be able to come home, take care of business, and move on. He should be able to win this game pretty comfortably. And speaking of ass beatings, here we got Minnesota going into Washington. I mean, there's no chance Washington wins this game. Absolutely not. The way how Minnesota is playing right now, absolutely no chance. I don't think Washington stands a chance. I know they're at home, and there's actually a decent chance that more Minnesota fans are there than Washington fans. I have a snap pounding here in DC. Next up, we have an interesting one here. We have OKC going into Phoenix. The only reason I say this game is going to be interesting because I keep talking about it. Phoenix, they're one of those teams that can give you a run no matter what, and especially with them being at home will definitely help. But I'm still not picking against OKC. I'm still not going to do it unless OKC goes on somewhat of a slump here, which I'm never expecting them to do. Really, It's hard for anybody to pick against this team right now. So I'll take the Thunder to win it. Like I said, I do think the Suns will prevent a challenge, but I do think the Thunder will overcome it and win it. Now we got the Bucks at the Kings. Listen to my words here. The Bucks should win this. Should. I'm not gonna call it a lock here, but they should win this game. I know it's in Sacramento, but at the same time, like Giannis should be able to beat up on these mugs for 24 hours. Giannis might have like 5 or 6 dunks in this game because Sacramento does not have the defense to contain him. So the one I'm thinking about is like Giannis is gonna go off here. He'll do whatever it takes here for the Bucks to win it. But they should win this game. They should, but we can't lock it in. And now moving on here to our final game of Week 11 here, we got the Grizzlies going into the Lakers again. And normally I don't predict sweeps to happen here, like in a short slate, especially like this in the NBA. But I just think the Lakers are just clearly the better team, man. It just don't matter what the Grizzlies do on offense. I just think the Lakers, every single time I'm expecting the Grizzlies have a punch for the Lakers, I expect the Lakers to answer. Like I said, and I am expecting this game to be a shootout because, like I said, the Lakers defense is awful. Both defenses have been pretty bad so far this year. But I will take the Lakers to win it. We are the better team. We are home once again. I think we find a way to get it done. But it's very rare to see me pick sweeps to happen, but I'll take LA. And now, ladies and gents, moving on here to Week 12. We have a pretty interesting slate here, Week 12, so let's go ahead and get a crack at it. Alright, ladies and gents, so kicking things off here, Week 12, starting with the Monday slate here, we have a good one. We have the New York going into Detroit. Listen, normally I don't pick Detroit to win games like this, but if it's at home in Detroit, especially in a heavyweight battle like this, I gotta go with the home team in this situation. I'll pick the Pistons to win this, but I think this one's gonna be close. I think this game has a good chance to go to overtime, but I was thinking about picking New York, but I'm not gonna do it. I think Detroit goes for the win, and I think they get it. I would go Detroit. Now we got the Bulls going into Boston. Do I pick the Bulls again? I know I picked the Bulls a lot in this video, but do I go with the Bulls again? Do I think they're gonna get it out down here in Boston? I wish, but I don't think it's gonna happen here. Especially the Celtics wearing their City Edition uniforms. I kind of do expect them to win this game, but the game is in Boston here. I do think Chicago should be able to provide a small bit of a challenge for the Celtics. I don't think it will be easy, but at the same time, like, this is just a game that you expect the Celtics to win. So I'll go Boston. Now we got Atlanta at Toronto. I'm going to pick Toronto to win this game. Toronto is the better team. I think Toronto has shown they are the better team. Now, I don't know how long Trae Young's going to be out, while at the same time, I think he's been expected to be traded, I think the last time I heard. So I think Toronto takes advantage of that, and I think Toronto beats them up. I'll go with the Raptors. Next up, we have a fun one here. We have Phoenix going into Houston. Another revenge game here for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant versus Devin Booker, former teammates going out of here. Should be a fun one. Should be exciting no matter what it is. And I do think Houston will edge out with the win here. Expecting a close game here. I think the Suns will definitely give them a challenge. But with the game being in Houston in the final moments, I think the Rockets should be able to close this one out. But like I said, it should be a fun game. Now we have the Hornets going into the Thunder. Listen, Charlotte, I'm sorry, but I think you guys are going to get absolutely blown the living fuck out of you guys. I'm not expecting you guys to win this game in once and for life. I think you guys are going to get your asses kicked, and if I make completely honest, this game might be over by middle of the third quarter going into the fourth quarter. I said, sorry, Charlotte, but it is what it is. And then we actually have two games here on Prime Video. The first one here is a fun one. We have Denver going into Philadelphia. Listen, Denver is banged up. They're one of the more banged up teams in the entire National Basketball Association. Like, if you look at the roster, like majority of the roster is out. I do not know the stats of Brown and Gordon, but at the same time, I think Philadelphia is going to win this game. And the only reason I'm picking Philadelphia here is because I do think they will take advantage of Denver's injuries. But if Denver was healthy, I probably would take Denver to win this game. But they're not. I'm going to take Philadelphia to win it. In a squeaker, they should be able to take advantage of the injuries. And moving on to our second game here on Prime Video here, we got the Warriors going into the Clippers. Should be a good game, should be an awesome game here. I'm actually going to lean towards the Clippers at home because the Clippers have actually been playing a little bit better as of late. And like I said, they're at home. If the Warriors, with this game was in Golden State, I probably will be going the other way. But with this game being in Los Angeles, in the Clippers, in the Superdome, where they've been better at, as a team they've been playing better at, I'm going to trust them to get the job done here. And ending off week 12 on Monday here, we got Utah going into Portland. Another game that I could just see it going either way. I'm not comfortable with either decision here, but I think I'm gonna go with Portland to win this game at home. I'm gonna give them the slight edge. They're at home, so I'm gonna give them the slight edge in this game. But man, this one was actually really tricky for me to pick. But I'll go Portland. And now moving on here to our Tuesday slate here, we have Cleveland going into Indiana. Listen, I know Cleveland's been inconsistent, but at the same time, they're going to be on the road playing against one of the worst teams in the NBA right now, in the Indiana Pacers. And I know the Pacers are banged up. They probably wouldn't be this way if they didn't have Tyrese Halliburton playing, but I think Cleveland's going to take advantage of everything Indiana has to offer here on injury report, and I just think Cleveland's going to stomp them. Like I said, this is the time for Cleveland for shit or get off the pot. What are you going to do, Cleveland? Because you've been pretty overwhelming this year. You have to get going here, and I think they will. I'll take Cleveland. Next up, we got the Magic going into Washington. Listen, hasn't it felt like forever since we've seen Washington in their actual uniforms in a home game? Because it just feels like we've been waiting this for years. But anyway, here I'm going to take the Magic to win it. I don't think Washington stands a chance here, especially playing against his defense. But something's telling me Atlanta's just going to beat them up by themselves, which is just because how good their defense is. I'm sorry, Washington, but it is what it is. And they're going to get blown out again. Next up, we got the San Antonio Spurs going into the Memphis Grizzlies. Another game that I can, if I'm being honest or not, I can see this one being a fun game because normally when these two teams face off, it normally is a fun game and it normally always goes down to the wire. So normally in these type of games, I will go with the home team here, but I just know that San Antonio is better than Memphis. I just know that for a fact. So I'm going to take them to win this game here. I'm going to take San Antonio. Like I said, it should be a fun game, no doubts, but I'm going to take San Antonio to win it. They feel like the better team. Wemby should be able to go off once again, and I have San Antonio winning this game in a squeaker. Now we got Miami at Minnesota. If I'm being completely honest, I'm glad this game is on Prime Video. I'm so happy it's on Prime Video here. But I am going to take Minnesota to win the game because Minnesota is a better team. And I've been saying that for the last couple of weeks. Minnesota are a better team. They're playing better. Am I rooting for Miami to win this game? Absolutely. I hope Miami does win this game, but I just don't see it happening. Not in Minnesota. If it was in Miami, I could see it, but in Minnesota, no. I'll take the T-Wolves. After that, we have the Pelicans at the Lakers. Well, the Lakers are going into New Orleans, sorry. But anyway, like I said, I do think the Lakers should be able to win. This is a game that the Lakers should win, even without Austin Reeves. But the Pelicans may be able to fight in there because they're at home, they're wearing the uniforms, they're wearing the throwbacks. So I can see the Pelicans hanging around in there for maybe just a minute, but at the same time, I think LeBron and Luka does enough to win the game here. So I'll take Los Angeles here. Like I said, it could be a close game. I'm kind of expecting a close game here, but I'll take my boys. Give me Los Angeles. And now moving on here to our other game here on Prime Video, we have Dallas going into Sacramento. So I think this one could actually go either way. You have two teams that are kind of struggling right now. Two teams are just kind of trying to find their identity right now. And just because this game is in Sacramento, where the Kings are at home playing against a team that's not too much better than them, I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to take Sacramento to win a game. Sacramento has to win one of these games. It just feels like Sacramento just can't keep losing. And if they do win, I think this is a game that they can win. So I'm going to take Sacramento for the win here. Next up, we got the Raptors going into Hornets to kick off Wednesday of Week 12. Like I said, I think this one can actually be a really close game if you really think about it, but I'm not gonna pick it here. I'm gonna take the safe side with Toronto. I mean, I do think Charlotte might have a chance here. It's in Charlotte, so maybe that does something here. But I'm gonna take who I think the better team is. Toronto should be the more significant team going into the game. I expect them to win the game. Give me Toronto. Next up, we got the Bulls going into the Pistons. I mean, it could be a close game here if the game is in Chicago. It's not going to be a close game while it's in Detroit. I mean, I think Detroit's going to smack them while they're in Detroit. But listen, I said this is one of the best teams. I know the Bulls. I know the Bulls can hang with good teams, but I just not expect them to hang with good teams, especially as good as Detroit is. Take Detroit here with confidence. Next up, we have the Wizards going into the 76ers to play Philadelphia. Anyway, in this game, I'm going to take Philadelphia to win it. I'm not expecting Washington to go on the road and beat a team like Philadelphia, a team that just feels like it's increasing a little bit and finally getting healthier. I'm just not expecting Washington to win a game like this. Hey, maybe they keep it competitive, but it's just another game that's just not expected to be close here. I'll take Philly. Next up, we got the Pelicans going into Atlanta to face the Falcons. Listen, I think not the Falcons, the Hawks. Listen, I think this one could go either way here. I actually do, because I do think the Pelicans might be able to hang around. They have proven that they can hang around a little bit, but I've been looking at all these games. Like, Atlanta just has a tough stretch, and this game is just one of those games that I can just pick them to win it, because I think the Pelicans are really that bad. I think the Pelicans are one of the worst teams in the Western Conference right now. So despite that, I do think the Hawks should be able to win this week. I'll give them the win here over the Pelicans. Now we got some NBA on Wednesday. Listen, we haven't had some ESPN action probably since Christmas. But anyway, here it's a good one here too. We have Denver playing against Boston Celtics, and I gotta take Boston to win it because Denver is just completely depleted with injuries, and especially playing against a hot team like this on the road, that's gonna be a challenge for you. And I just think Denver's gonna run out with their injuries. There's another game that if Denver was healthy, I would pick them to win it because they're so banged up. I cannot do it. I'm going to take the Celtics. Now we got the Nets hosting Orlando. I said just another game. I'm just not really expecting it to be close. I mean, it could be because the Magic, they have not been the most consistent team in the world. They have to kind of relying on a lot of close wins here. But this is just a game that I just think the Magic should be able to take a man here. You're going into Brooklyn, who's probably one of the worst teams in the Asian Conference right now. Go on the road, take care of business, and move on. This should not be a problem for you, Orlando. Now we got the Clippers going into the Knicks. Listen, if this game is in New York, and I know the Clippers have been playing better basketball, but if this game is in New York, in the Big Apple, in Madison Square Garden, where the Knicks have been one of the more clutch teams in the NBA this year, and they have one of the better players in that situation, I'm going to trust the Knicks to get the job done here at home. This game is in LA. I probably will be going the other way with the Clippers, but it's in New York. They have one of the. I think this game is going to come down to crunch time, and I think the Knicks are way better in that category than the Clippers are right now. I'll take LA. I'm in New York. Now we got my Lakers going into San Antonio. Our second game here on ESPN. A phenomenal game here to have on ESPN. As I think this one could go either way, actually. You have one of the better teams in basketball in the San Antonio Spurs playing against one of the better offensive teams in the league in the Los Angeles Lakers. The game is in San Antonio this time, and they're wearing the City Edition uniform, so I think this one's going to be a close one. I'm gonna give the win to San Antonio because I do think that offense should be able to rack up all whole of a sort of points on our defense. So I'm gonna take the Spurs to win it. Unfortunately, cannot pick the Lakers to win this game again because I just think the Lakers defense is gonna get exposed by that San Antonio offense. So I'll take San Antonio. Now we got the Phoenix Suns going into the Memphis Grizzlies, and this pick could be a little bit bold because, like I said, I know the Grizzlies are at home, but at the same time, Phoenix has been playing like the better team. I think Phoenix is the better team right now, so I could be a little bit bold for this, but I'm actually going to take Memphis to win this game, and I don't really have a reason why. Maybe because they're at home, and I just think guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. and John Morant might step up here. So I absolutely could be wrong with this pick, though. I think Phoenix is the better team right now. I think it's just me taking a bold pick here, but my gut was saying Memphis. So if Memphis finds a way to win it, so I'll take Memphis here, but it could go either way. Now we have Utah at OKC. Yay! How wonderful is this? One of the worst road teams in the league playing against one of the best teams in the league. Probably the best team in the league. I mean, holy shit, dude. Like, you gotta go with OKC to win this game. Like, how wonderful is this? I mean, I know this game could be a little bit interesting because, like I said, the Jazz are, I talked about earlier, the Jazz, they can compete, but they can give teams a run, but I just don't know about OKC, though. I just think it's a tough challenge. And now moving on here to our, once again, a very heavy Wednesday slate here. We got Milwaukee going into Golden State. Like I said, this could be a little bit bullpen because overall I do think the Warriors are the better team. But at the same time, the Warriors are not a consistent team. They're just like the Bucks. Two good teams that's just not consistent right now. And if I'm being completely honest, I know I'm being bold about this, but I think the Bucks I think they're going to find a way to win this shit. I think Giannis is going to bully that defense. So I am going to take the Bucks to win this game. Like I said, it's a little bold, but I'm going to take them for the win here. Think they get it done. And finally, wrapping up Wednesday here, we have the Rockets going into the Portland Trailblazers. Like I said, the Rockets, the Trailblazers, they could give you a run, but at the same time, this team is just not better than Houston. I don't even care if they're playing in Portland. This team as a whole is just not better than Houston. I just don't see a scenario how this game is close or Portland just gives them a run, even in Portland. Take Houston to win this game pretty comfortably, and like I said, unfortunately, Portland is what it is. I'm sorry, but it is what it is, man. Now we got Indiana going into Charlotte. This would be the first game of Thursday this slate, by the way. Anyway, here, like I said, this normally would be a better game than what I'm predicting here, but I think this game is going to suck. But I'm actually going to give this one to the Hornets just because they're at home, and I think they're a little bit more balanced than Indiana is right now. Shouldn't be the case here, but it's just a pick that I just have to pick because I just can't believe how bad Indiana is right now. I should be picking Indiana off the nose here, but I just can't do it. Give me Charlotte to win this game at home. Now we got Miami at Chicago here on NBA TV. Should be a very close game, by the way. Like I said, majority of the time these two teams play off, it's normally a close game. But I am going to take the Heat on the road here. I think the Heat are better in crunch time situations than the Bulls are. And I know we've seen times that Bulls where the Bulls they could be clutch on the road in these situations. But in Chicago, I was leaning Bulls for my 13 stays. But at the same time, I think Miami gets the job done here. I think Miami pulls away, find a way. Tyler Hero, or if it's Norman Powell, I think they find a way to win the game. I'll take Miami. Now we have Cleveland at Minnesota. Like I said, this is the game I normally would pick Cleveland to win it, but because Cleveland is just so inconsistent and just the way how I think Minnesota's been balling out the last couple weeks, and especially with this game being in Minnesota, I'm going to give them the notch edge here. I think Minnesota takes it. It won't be easy because you're playing against a team that's kind of desperate in the Cavs that just kind of needs to start winning basketball games right now. But with the game in Minnesota, I'm going to trust the T-Wolves to win it. Next up, we have Dallas going into the Jazz here. And listen, this is the game that could be either really right or really wrong. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm picking the Jazz to win this game. I'm taking Utah. Yes, I do think Dallas is the better team. But at the same time, Utah, it feels like they play their best basketball at home. Even though not the greatest at home, they play their best basketball at home. And Dallas is not good. And they're not the most consistent team right now in the world. So I'm going to take Utah to close out Thursday with the win here. But like I said, this could be another bold pick here, but I'm gonna go for it. Utah wins. Now we got Toronto going into Boston. The tip is off on Friday. Good game, great game. I think Boston find a way to win it. The tiebreak was literally the difference for me for this game because I think both teams are good. The main difference the tiebreaker for me is just Boston being the home team of the game. This game is in Toronto. I will be going the other way, but it's in Boston. I'll take the Celtics here in a nail biter. It's gonna be a good game. Actually, I can see this game going to overtime, to be completely honest. Next up, we got the Sixers going into the Magic. Another game that I could just see being good, and I can see this one going either way, but I'm going to lean with the home team here. It's just another one of those factors. Just like what I said about Toronto and Boston. Could be a factor. Could go either way. Leaning home team in this scenario. The home team here at the Magic. I'll take the Magic here in a close one. After that, we have the Pelicans at the Wizards, which might be one of the worst games I think we watched this year. Anyway, like I said, I think this one could go either way, actually. It's just like the toilet bowl at this point, but normally I pick the home team here in this scenario because the home team should be able to win because they're the home team of the game, but I'm actually going to take New Orleans to win this game because I just think Zion Williamson should be able to do enough in this game, but at the same time, I just don't know, and I think the Pelicans defense should be able to do enough alone for them to win this game, but I can be wrong about this. Wouldn't be shocked, wouldn't be surprised if Washington wins this, but I will go with New Orleans for right now. Next up, we have the Clippers at the Nets. Not really expecting this to be a close game here because the Clippers are playing better basketball and just by far they are the better team here. When the Nets are wearing those their City Edition uniforms, I wouldn't be surprised if they got this one somewhat interesting here, but something's just telling me that the Clippers are just going to blow them out on the road. Now we got some basketball here on NBA TV where we got the Grizzlies wearing the throwbacks playing against OKC. Listen, I think about this matchup all the time. Like, okay, Memphis might get the revenge on OKC. It has to come at some point. But I at the end of the day, I just don't think this team is good enough to beat a team like the Thunder. I just plain and simply, I just don't think this team is good enough as the Thunder. I think the Thunder are. So like I say, it could be an interesting game here. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the case here. But I'll go with OKC here in a squeaker. Now we got Atlanta at Denver. I mean, this one could be very interesting, and I think Atlanta might have a decent chance of taking this one away from Denver, just like I said recently, just how banged up they are. But I'm not going to pick them here. I'm going to take Denver to win this game at home. They should be able to have enough star power to win it, even without Jokic if he remains out in this game. But I can see Atlanta win it because Denver is just too banged up to win it. But I'll go with Denver for right now. Now we got the Knicks playing against the Suns, and the Suns are bringing back the Valley uniforms. Yes. I've been waiting for these, but unfortunately they're playing against a good team though. But you know what? Fuck it, give me the upset. You're gonna wear those uniforms. I'm gonna take you to win that game. I do not care what the outcome is. I know New York's one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. I know that, and I think the Suns do have a disadvantage of that. But I just think the Suns are gonna find a way to win it in those uniforms at home. Absolutely, give me the Suns. After that, we have Sacramento going into Golden State, where the Sacramento Kings will actually be wearing the City's uniforms for this game. Anyway, but I don't think that's going to be enough here. Going into Golden State, where you're already a bad team, going to Golden State is already going to prevent a huge challenge here. And I'm just not really that big of a believer in Sacramento. I'm just not really a big believer in this team. So I'm going to go with the Warriors right now. They find a way to win the game, but this game gets interesting or a little bit close. I wouldn't be that shocked, to be honest. Next up, we have Houston going into Portland, and it looks like Houston has a little bit of a Grammy road trip here. Anyway, here I'm going to take Houston to win it because I just think Houston is the better team here. I just think that they're going to find a way to win it. Just not really. This is another game, just not really expecting to be close, but at the same time, like Houston needs to start winning games, so gotta go with Houston, man. I just think they're the better team. And moving on to our last game here, I'm pretty sure this is Thursday, but anyway, we have Milwaukee going into the Lakers on NBA TV. My two favorite teams going out of here. Should be a lot of fun, should be interesting here. Who am I actually going to pick to win the game, though? I did the Lakers beat them one time. The Lakers already beat them Milwaukee. I think we can find a way to beat them again. But I do think this game is going to be a lot tougher because, like I said, we do not have Austin Reeves. We're not healthy yet, and the Bucks are starting to get healthy at the moment. Matter of fact, Giannis should be able to have the one this game. So it wouldn't be shot, but at the same time, the Lakers have LeBron back. So anyway, I'm expecting a close game here, but I'm going to lean towards LA for the win. At home, too, I'll take the Lakers. Next up, we got the Timberwolves going into the Cleveland Cavaliers here on Prime Video. Literally, didn't these two teams just play? Literally, in just as a video. I could be wrong, but let me know if I'm wrong. But anyway, here, by the way, that last prediction was on Friday. This is the start of Saturday. Anyway, here I'm gonna take Cleveland to win this game. I mean, if it's in Cleveland, I'm gonna take them to get the win here. But it feels kind of bold because it just feels like Minnesota's been the better team so far this year. But I'll go for it one more time. I'll take the Cavs. Now we got Miami at Indiana. I mean, I'm gonna take Miami on the road here, as it's just really tough picking the Pacers right now. It's to be completely honest, I know it shouldn't be this way, but it's just kind of hard to pick Indiana to win a game right now because how bad that team currently is. Take Miami here for the road. Like I said, Miami plays their best basketball on the road. I expect them to win this game. I'll take Miami. Now we got the Clippers going into Detroit. Is this the easiest game in the world? Absolutely not for Detroit. Absolutely not. I know the Clippers still have a terrible record, but at the same time, you gotta look at this team at a different standpoint. This team has been playing a lot better than what they have been playing in the past, but I still am going to pick the Pistons to win this game, especially if it's in Detroit. So I'll go with the Pistons here. If this game is LA, then I probably would think about it a little bit harder, but I'm not going to. The game's in Detroit. I think they have the home court advantage. I'm going to go with Detroit Pistons to pull this one off. And after that, we have another fun one. Kind of surprised this is not a primetime game here. But anyway, we have San Antonio going into Boston. It's another fun one here. I can't believe this is not a primetime game. Just have to wait these two teams are playing. Like I said, I'm kind of surprised this is not a primetime game. But anyway, here I'm going to take San Antonio to actually pull this one off. I know it's in Boston and playing in Boston. Like I said, it's never the easiest thing to do. But at the same time, the Celtics do not have Jason Tatum yet. I think this is one of those games that they're going to need Jason Tatum to play in because San Antonio has been one of the better offensive teams. They've been one of the more consistent teams in the league. They've been one of the more dominant teams in the league. And I know Boston's kind of climbing up that ladder, but I think this is just a game that you need all your guys of full strength to beat this team, especially with Wemby playing. So I'm going to take the Spurs to win this one. It will be close, though. After that, we have Dallas going into Chicago. Should be a fun one here. I'm not gonna lie, we having two inconsistent teams that are kind of like the same identical record. Should be pretty same identical record going into this game. I think it'll be a fun one. But I think I'm gonna take Dallas to win this game just simply because I just think they have more death power or the more scoring punch than I think Chicago does. But if I'm wrong about this game, I wouldn't be shocked once and forever here. But I think we're gonna lean towards Dallas as long as everybody stays healthy, and I just think they have enough more scoring options to go to than Chicago. So I'll take the Mavericks. It will be close though. After that, we have Charlotte going into the Jazz. To be completely honest with you, I think I'm actually going to take... I'm not shocked. No, you guys shouldn't be shocked about this, but I am going to pick the Jazz to win this game. I know you can't see the logo, but it's right there. And the other reason why I'm going to pick the Jazz to win this game is because they're at home, and like I said over time and time again, the Jazz do play their best basketball at home, and playing against a team like Charlotte, who is also bad, I think they can find a way to get this job done on the road. I said, would be kind of shocked that they didn't find a way to get the job done on the road here. Wouldn't be surprised if the Hornets win, but I'm going to go with the Jazz. They play their best basketball at home. I kind of expect them to be a bad team here in the Hornets. And innings off, we have a short slate here on Sunday. Starting us off, we got the Pelicans going into Orlando to play the Magic. Anyway, I think this one's a no-brainer. I'm going to take Orlando to win this game. Orlando's the better team, but Pelicans have to go on the road. The Pelicans are not good on the road. I just think that the Magic, they should be able to close this one out, and so I'm going to go with the Magic. Next up, we got the Nets at the Grizzlies here, and this game could actually be a lot harder than you think it is, because I can see the Nets winning this game, but at the same time, they got to go to Memphis, and Memphis is going to be a tough environment for them to play in, because it's bad team versus okay team, so I can see this one going either way here, but I'm going to lean towards the home court advantage team here, and I'm going to take Memphis to win it. Plus, I just think, in this game, I just feel like Memphis should be able to have enough star power to get past Brooklyn here, but don't be completely shocked if Brooklyn wins this game. I'll take Memphis for now. Alright, and moving on here to Toronto, where the Raptors will be hosting the Philadelphia 76ers wearing just throwback uniforms. Anyway, here, I think this one could go either way, but this is just one of those games that I just give the advantage to the home court field. So I'm going to take Toronto to win it. Like I said, it's at home, it's in Toronto. If it was in Philadelphia wearing those uniforms, I probably would have taken them to win the game, but the main difference for me here is just with this game being in Toronto. I think that's going to be the main key factor in this game. So I'm going to pick up to win this game, but it's not going to be easy. I can see Philadelphia with the healthy Joel Embiid beating them. I'm not going to go for it. Give me Toronto. And finally, guys, we have made it. Last but not least, the final game here of the Week 11, Week 12 slate here. We have New York going into Portland. As I think this one could go either way, but to be completely honest with you, I'm just kidding. I don't think this is going to go either way. I'm going to pick the Knicks to win it. Even though this game is in Portland, I just think the Knicks are the better team, and I just think the Knicks are going to run all over them. Like I said, Toronto might be able to compete in there. Portland, they might be able to compete in there for a little bit, but I don't think so. Give me the Knicks. But like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button for me. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Check that again. I'll say it again. Hit the like, subscribe button, join Discord. Without further ado, guys, I'll whip this up so you guys can watch it on time. A lot of predicting here to go the last 2 weeks. It's just a little, but at the same time, I kind of deserve it because I was a little behind schedule. But like I said, I appreciate your support, man. This is BabyNation.com. We'll be back to the normal slate next week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Stay safe. See you guys next time. Peace out.